Hi, how are you? My name is Alejandra Leman and I'm going to talk about the lesson plan number 4. For this lesson plan, I have selected the topic relative clauses. So, in informative data, uh, I would like to mention that this lesson plan has been designed for students of second year senior high school, and the duration of the class is 45 minutes, and the level is intermediate, and that all. And the second step is the the objectives, all the exercise, the activities, the example that I created to this class uh, has been designed to develop the skills of the students like listening and speaking, reading and writing. And the objectives of the listening, the students will be able to identify and follow instructions. Also, the students will be able to identify in what context they can use the relative clauses. In speaking, the students will be able to correctly pronounce the new vocabulary, the new words that we gonna use during the class. Also, the students will be able to talk about resources of Earth and the environmental issues that is the thematic of this lesson. In reading, the students will be able to recognize new words related to environmental issues and natural resources. And writing, the students will be able to construct sentences using relative pronouns. The third step is methodology and strategies. And methodology, the method that I use for this lesson plan is the direct method, the communicative language teaching, and the audiolingual method. In strategies, I have designed some activities to work in individual, uh, to work with the whole class, and checking for this for understanding too, because I'm gonna ask the students if the topic is clear, if this is important to correct the misconceptions and improve the learning of the students. As anticipatory said, I will share with the students the audio of a conversation between friends where they talk about the trip they made to the outskirts of the city and the different environmental problems they found during the trip. While the students listen to the audio, they will be able to observe and read the conversation in which the relative pronouns that will student during the class will be highlighted. So this conversation is in their books, and also I'm going to share with the students a presentation with this conversation and the dialogues. So, as main teaching input, uh, I have a warm-up activity in which I will write on the board some sentences referring to this to something or someone, and then I will join them using relative pronouns. I will circle those words so that the students can notice the function of these words. Also, I will show the students the structure also in on the board. I'm gonna write the structure of the relative clauses using the different colors to facilitate the comprehension of the topic to the students. Also, I will give the students a worksheet where they must make a sentence up to using relative pronouns. I will monitor the students during the activities, and I'm gonna assist them when they need help. At the end, together with the whole class, we're gonna review the answers to the activity carried out. Students also must decipher some headings and complete the statements using relative pronouns. And then they must match each statement with a solution to take care of the natural resources of our planet. I will constantly monitor the activity and the correct pronunciation of the vocabulary and the words that we were gonna use during the class. I will finish the class by doing a review of the topic that we're gonna study. In the sixth step, we have the modeling. I think that all the activities, the conversation, the worksheet, the exercises carried out in class provide clear models of the structure of the relative clause and their use in context. In the guided practice, the students must develop a worksheet where they will observe different sentences which they must complete using relative pronouns. I will monitor the activity by walking around the class, and at the end we will review the answers. An independent practice, and the students will write forward pairs of sentence in their notebooks and then join with a relative pronoun to form a relative clauses. To assess the student throughout the class, I'm gonna um, ask them various or many random questions about what are the words that we use to form relative clauses, for what we use this type of clauses, and I will also ask them for some examples. And the last step, closing review and follow up. The class will conclude by making a review of the topic. And as homework, the students must read an article from their workbook and underline the relative clauses they find. And then they must carry out a reading analysis, identifying the organization of the text. So here I'm gonna share with you the material that I create. This is the headings that I made. The students have to complete and then match with the correct sentences. So these headings are gonna I'm gonna put in the wall on the board, and so the students have the opportunity to participate and organize the sentences. So I'm gonna ask to the student uh, some sentence and they have to complete the correct relative pronoun. For example, recycling containers are garbage cans. So here the students have to complete with their relative pronoun that allow you to separate recyclables from organic waste. And so I'm gonna make some sentence like that. And also I'm gonna share with you the presentation of the grammar structure. So, but this is the conversation of the beginning of the class. So we can see here the relative pronouns highlighted. So that's all. Thank you.